Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Free Account Ironman Challenge. Join me today as I test my lance against the Modras, extract platinum from arachnids of unusual size and reach a point of no return in terms of equipment grind. And so, I finally had my Dragon Lance. The weapon was quite amazing. The damage output allowed me to easily defeat enemies such as dragons and giant spiders. Sadly, being a two-handed weapon, it didn't offer too much in terms of personal defenses. Thankfully, there was still some room for improvement in my armor department. Firstly, I decided to attempt the Mama Longlegs giant spider boss. She had some quite high chances of dropping a platinum amulet, which would increase my armor by 1 compared to the scarf that I used previously. Sadly, she proved way difficult for me. I was still quite low level and my damage output, despite having the Dragon Lance, wasn't high enough to get through her defenses and healing. With Mama Longlegs out of the picture, I could only hope to obtain the platinum amulet from a regular giant spider. I decided to save that grind for later and headed straight to Ty's Dragon Lair. Regular dragons were of no value to me, however, the Dragonlords had a chance of dropping the Dragon Scale Mail and a Royal Helmet. Ty's Dragon Lair is quite an unusual place. The Dragonlord there has a famously short respawn timer. However, every single spawn in that place is blockable. For a single person, it isn't much of a problem. All you have to do is stick to the walls and try not to see the middle of the cave. With that, the Dragonlord should respawn undisturbed every 2 or 3 minutes. However, I am not the only player that likes this place. As soon as another person enters the picture, the spawns suddenly become very slow. When hunting alone, I was going at a rapid 120k experience per hour. With someone else in the room, I could barely get to 30k. Not to mention, the Dragonlord, being in the very middle of the lair, was getting blocked constantly, and he would not respawn if I weren't alone. Hunting there also consumed quite a lot of supplies. No matter how carefully I played, I would still burn through my cash stack very fast. Every hour in the Dragon Lair meant several hours of grinding money on Minotaurs. Having no other choice, I carried out the grind with deadly impunity. Very soon, my dedication was to be rewarded. I chanced to meet a paladin who tried to obtain the Naginata. I decided it would not affect my challenge to help him out. Bravely, I tanked the 2 Dragonlords while the paladin killed them off. The very next Dragonlord that I defeated carried the Dragon Scale Mail. This powerful suit of armor, weighing 114 pounds, rocking a whopping 15 points of armor, is only supposed to drop once every 747 Dragonlord kills. Save for the incredibly rare Dwarven armor, there is no better piece than this one. I don't think I need to explain how very lucky I got. I couldn't have killed more than 200 Dragonlords at the time, yet I already had one of the most uncommon pieces. The rarest item that a Dragonlord can drop is of course a Dragonlord trophy. Being a 0.09% drop, it can only be obtained after killing on average over 1000 Dragonlords. I got that trophy soon after. At this point I would gladly trade it for the Royal Helmet, which I was still missing. Sadly, I wasn't meant to have that helmet for quite a while. As I entered the Dragon Lair one day, there was a guy already. Being respectful, I decided to go elsewhere and hunt for the elusive platinum amulet. My giant spider spot of choice is the Crusader Helmet area. It isn't too far away from a city and not that many people come there. There's 4 separate giant spider spawns in total, and by just walking back and forth you can kill them at a pretty acceptable rate. Giant spiders are at a weird spot compared to the dragons. They definitely deal more damage, but they also drop more valuable loot. They do not give as much EXP as the dragons would though. I would only gain 60k EXP per hour, while spending quite a lot of money on resources, even though I was using loot bugs and selling all the items that the giant spiders dropped. Seeing how miserable it was going to be, I decided to get this grind over with, right then and then. I had enough money to afford potions for a while, so all that mattered was me not giving up before I got this amulet. When it comes to giant spiders, they have no very rare drops. They only have a uncommon platinum amulet, 1 in 369 kills, and a lightning headband, 1 in 379. I ended up killing almost 700 giant spiders, and I dropped 3 lightning headbands before I got the damned amulet. I was so relieved when I could finally leave those caves. I quickly grinded my money back up and was right back killing the dragons. Seeing how expensive the dragon hunting business was, I decided to change my approach. I would no longer run around the lair killing all the dragons hoping for the Dragonlord to spawn. Instead, I would hang around in the safe area in the southern part of the cave and only walk up every 3 minutes to lure the Dragonlord that would have spawned by then. This way, I was not only killing the Dragonlord more often because I wouldn't block his spawn by accident, I was also saving all the potions that it would normally cost me to fight the dragons around him. Of course, I was no longer gaining experience at a very high rate, but I decided at this point I was only interested in obtaining the final drop, the Royal Helmet. One day, when casually grinding the Dragonlords, I heard a very weird sound. It was a typical Dragonlord style, all caps lock text. However, it wasn't one of the usual lines that you see on a Dragonlord. And then I remembered Ty's Dragon Lair is one of the few places where very rarely you can meet the Dragonlord boss, the Modras. He spawns accompanied by 2 other Dragonlords. I was able to lure him away. However, even alone, he proved way more difficult for me to defeat. Compared to a normal Dragonlord, he has way more armor, he has way higher health, and he heals himself for extremely high amounts of health. In combat, he can also summon 2 regular dragons to aid him. Even though I had enough HP to withstand his highest hit, my damage output was nowhere near enough to kill the beast. Soon enough, I had to retreat and some other person took care of the boss. It was at this time when I finally received my 5th Prey wildcard. All I had to do now was roll an additional loot prey bonus and then use my wildcards to replace the creature with a Dragonlord. Luckily enough, it happened right before the rapid respawn boost event. For 2 hours, I was able to obtain additional loot from a Dragonlord. Thanks to the rapid respawn event, those 2 hours were almost constant Dragonlord fighting. Like I mentioned before, the respawn on this particular Dragonlord spot was already pretty fast. With the rapid respawn, the Dragonlord would spawn every 10 to 20 seconds. I found the sweet spot, far enough not to block the respawn, but close enough for it to find me every time it spawns. In a matter of hours, I was able to get done more kills than I usually do in a day. Going at such insane speeds, it was no surprise to me that I would obtain the Royal Helmet there and then. Having killed 621 Dragonlords, I finally had what I needed. Sadly, from now on, the way I play the game would change dramatically. There are only 4 upgrades left: Steel Boots, Dwarven Helmet, Dwarven Armor, and the War Axe. Except for the axe, there is no item that I can just simply grind like I did before. Those things can only be obtained from rare spawning bosses that I will have to just check every day and hope to luck out. For now, the only way for me to get more powerful is either to level up, work on my skills, or grind some charm points and invest in the charms. There is still much I can do. However, it feels like I am on the final stretch. even though it is likely going to take quite a long while. For now, I am still determined to see this challenge through. As always, thank you very much for watching. Feel welcome to leave me a comment, and of course, if you would like, join my Discord channel. I will see you in the next video. Oh, and also, while editing this video, I got the vampire shield in 45 vampire kills. Okay, bye.